Story number 1. I quit dealing after I was mocked. I'm not proud of this, alright? I'm not proud of this, truly. I'd like to start by saying that this does not make me happy at all. So, I'm a girl, I'm 27 years old, and I have a family and we're super close. When I was in high school, my aunt was dating this guy who seemed really wealthy. But no one really knew what he did. I think anyone could have guessed, though. I asked my aunt to introduce me to her boyfriend, and we talked about how I could work for him. Without going into much detail, he let me work for him. I sold to some people I knew. I went to high school in an area where there was a lot of drugs. I knew a few boys who claimed they were already using this stuff. I offered to sell it to them, and surprisingly, they had really big orders for me. I didn't ask any questions, I just went along with it. I was making about $3,000 a month from this. Not enough to retire or anything, but definitely more than most 27-year-olds made. I never made a point to flaunt my money or anything. I think I kept it well hidden. At least I thought I did. What bothers me is that there's no way of knowing. One Saturday morning, I walked over to my friend's house for a birthday party. Not a wild one or anything. Just a cute little breakfast. On my way home, this guy I had never seen before pulled over and got out of the car. He was well dressed and a bit older. When he got out of the car, I thought he was a cop. He was acting like a cop. I was ready to surrender because I didn't think I could make an escape. But then he pulled out a switchblade and said to give him my purse. He said something like,
You're not dumb, girl. I know you have money. It's okay, it's okay. We can make this easy if you just give me your purse.
Again, I can't really explain this, but that just felt like such a cop-like thing to say. Don't act dumb, girl. I know you have money. It's okay, we can make this easy if you just give me your purse. I don't know if you've ever been in that kind of situation, and I hope you haven't, but you kind of just freeze when someone surprises you like that. It's not really fear, your body doesn't know how to react. I almost think my body didn't let me get too scared, because if it did, then I would have a heart attack. Like my body said, wait until it's safe, then panic. First, I think I felt relieved that he wasn't actually a cop. Thank goodness for that. Second, when he said it was okay, and that we could make it easy, it actually calmed me down a little bit. So I managed to say, okay, can I just give you my cash? My purse has my phone and pictures and other stuff. He said okay to that. I opened my purse and took out all the cash. I had about 200. He watched me closely as I did it. He took the money and said something like, if you tell anyone, I will find out. And he left. I felt really calm the rest of the walk home. The next morning it hit me that I had been mocked. That's when the panic set in and I started shaking and crying. Even as I'm writing this story now, it gives me the chills. I had never seen that guy before. When he said, I know you have money. I don't know if he meant that he knew about my dealing or if he was just trying to scare me. Honestly, I'm really glad this all happened because it made me get out of that business at the right time. Things were only going to get more dangerous from there. It's still scary thinking about it, but that guy saved me without even realizing it. I told my aunt's boyfriend what happened and that I was too scared to keep doing this trade anymore. He told me to send all my customers to him instead. I did, and that was the end of it for me. It's been almost 10 years now and I haven't looked back since.
I think it was a setup Someone who bought from you told their homie, yo, this girl deals, she got hella cash on her, and had him go rob you.
That's possible, but I feel like I would have found out then. Especially teenagers can never keep their mouths shut. If that had happened, I feel like there would have been at least gossip about it. There was none, but you're right, it's possible.
Damn, I wonder how he knew. Maybe he was the parent of one of the kids you sold to.
Oh my god, you are totally right. That's possible. Oh my god, me too. I want to know how he knew. I've thought so much about that. Honestly, my best guess is that he didn't know. I think he was just driving around looking for someone to steal from. A young woman with a purse walking down the street by herself is an easy target. If I hadn't been there that day, my guess is that he would have kept looking and found someone else. That has crossed my mind, that he indeed was a parent to one of the guys I sold to. But I don't think so. I actually knew those kids kind of well, so I knew what their families looked like. It's possible that someone from the birthday party sent him, like, this girl's walking home from the party and has a purse. She's wearing a blue floral dress and her purse is brown. She might have money. See if you can catch her. She's going that direction. But I think that most likely he was just looking for victims and found me. Wrong place, wrong time. But I'm really grateful it happened because it got me to leave that business.
What weapon was used to attack you?
It was a kind of switchblade. I can't really say more than that since it happened really quickly and I don't know that much about the different kinds. I know the blade was black and not silver, but I don't think that really helps. Also, he didn't actually attack me. It was just to intimidate me.
You don't live anymore in that neighborhood. If I were you, I would have moved away a while ago.
No, I don't live in that exact neighborhood, but I live about 10 minutes away.
Did he care about you being mugged? I mean, was he indifferent about it?
He was kind of taken aback. It was like, oh my god, I'm so sorry that happened. It was kind of like, you can stop dealing if you want, no problem. But it's hard to say how much he cared. It's hard to measure something like that, you know?
Is your aunt still with him? Or did they break up long ago? If they're no longer together, what was the breakup like?
They broke up. I don't know too much about the breakup. My aunt was moving for work. She says that's the reason. I don't know if there is more to the story.
What would you say to silly and dumb teenagers idolizing this life? Be as graphic and as verbally explicit as you want.
I would say it's dangerous. I would say there is a lot of risk that you might go to jail. I would say that even if you don't go to jail, something is bound to happen that will give you panic attacks. Just think about it long and hard.
You theorized that it was some parent to one of the kids you sold. I would say it was a member of a rival gang, don't you think?
Did I say it was a parent? I don't think it was. I knew all my customers' families. My best guess is that it was just a random mugger looking for someone to steal from. I think he was just driving around and he saw a girl walking by herself with a purse. Perfect victim. I don't think he knew anything more than that. This wasn't really gang related. Also, my aunt's boyfriend definitely worked with a few gang members, but he wasn't in a gang himself. I feel like gang members have a different style altogether. I feel like the guy who attacked me was a drug addict and he was looking for someone to steal money from. Another possibility is that someone at the party knew this guy and told him where I was going. But I kind of doubt that too. The girls at the party were too well behaved. I think it was a random mugger. If he hadn't found me, he probably would have kept looking and found someone else.
I once saw this content creator called Jeremy Lynch play one character, a drug lord. The character was rude, ruthless, crude, impolite, aggressive, violent, and was willing to use little teens as cannon fodder and didn't hesitate to give parents a beating to keep teens in line. The fact that this one you met did that makes him kind of decent.
I certainly hope so. It's hard to call someone a decent person when they do that for a living. But it's not black and white.